Are you okay, Gabriel?
Sure. Great. Why?
I'm worried about you.
If I were any better, Grace, I'd be dead. Now, what's up? Did you find out anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something. I checked the microfiche at the public library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published a part of a pattern found around the body. It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
Forget it. You got another package this morning. FedEx from Germany.
I was expecting that. Where is it?
Well, it kind of came open, but I salvaged the contents. There was a letter from your great-uncle Wolfgang and a journal.
The package just came open, huh? How'd you like the journal?
Someone has to look after you. You're in trouble. In case you don't know it.
Yeah, you've been reading my horoscope again, haven't you, Grace?
Just read the journal carefully, Gabriel. Please.
I got it. St. George's books. Oh, Professor Hartridge, I'm glad you called. Did you... You did? Wait, slow down. The Aigris? Really? You think that's them? The wheel within a wheel? A goon badagri, huh? Well, that does sound like it. Dambala, the snake. That's the wavy pattern at the bottom, okay. The 1791 slave revolt in Santo Domingo. Well, why would the Veve show up there? Okay. 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 Look, I'll come over as soon as I can. Okay. Relax, Professor. I'm excited too, but you're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Okay. Thanks. See ya.
I wish you'd tell me what's going on. I swear you're going to step into a hole you may never get out of.
Don't look so worried. No one knows what I'm doing. I'm perfectly safe. And I'm getting some great stuff for the book. Besides, there's something about all this. My dreams.
What about your dreams?
Nothing. I'll be careful, I promise.
Ja, da ist ja einiges passiert. Was ja schon mal sehr auffällig ist, fand ich, dass er jetzt diese Nacht keinen Albtraum hatte. Ja. So, schauen wir erstmal, was wir hier bekommen haben.
It's a newspaper clipping from the year 1810. Gunter Ritter's diary is leather-bound. Its parchment pages are old and fragile. Somewhere there's a new...
Wo ist denn der
The
Brief?
letter is addressed to Heinz Ritter, Gabriel's...
Das ist er auch nicht.
The newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic murder in Congo Square. It includes a rough sketch of a pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed Veve.
Oh.
Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked. He reads of Gunter Ritter's journey to Charleston as witch hunter, hired by the townsmen to solve a series of ritualistic murders. He reads about Gunter's meeting with a beautiful slave woman, Tetelo, and of Gunter's tormenting urges for her.
Oh, bastard.
He reads of their physical union and passion, and of Gunter's investigations into the murders. The victims were all crew members on a certain slaving expedition to Africa, it seemed. The second to the last entry described Gunter's plan to set a trap for the coven committing the murders. He found the name of one of the surviving members of the crew, a man now living in the West Indies. Gunter has spread a false rumor that the man is returning to Charleston. He himself will impersonate a sailor and allow himself to fall into the hands of the coven. Naturally, Gunter has arranged for able-bodied assistants to follow and attack the coven before they can do him harm.
Halsey's son of a bitch, wasn't he?
Gabriel turns to the final entry of the journal. Gabriel reads through the pages Wolfgang marked. He reads of Gunter Ritter's journey to Charleston as witch hunter, hired by the townsmen to sell. He
Das kennen
reads
wir
about
schon.
Gunter's meeting.
Oh, bastard.
He reads the second to the last entry.
Ach, schade, ich dachte, ihr liest
Ballsy
uns
son of
das
a
hier noch
bitch,
vor.
wasn't he?
Gabriel turns to the
Also, geliebter Vater, ich schreibe diese letzten Worte als Entschuldigung für mein Versagen in meinem Leben und für die Schande, die ich unserer Familie zugefügt habe. Letzte Nacht habe ich erfahren, dass die Frau, von der ich schrieb, Tetelo, die Hexe ist, die ich suche. Vater, ich habe mich schrecklicher Verbrechen schuldig gemacht. Erstens, ich habe diese Hexe geliebt. Zweitens, ich habe sie verraten. Drittens, ich habe die heilige Macht unserer Familie dazu missbraucht, sie zu befreien und ihr zu helfen, diese Kolonie zu zerstören. Der Talisman ist verschwunden. Tetelo hat ihn genommen. Ich kann nur noch beten, dass du mir vergeben wirst, dass der Talisman schnell gefunden wird und dass meine Strafe in der Hölle lang und schmerzvoll sein möge. Dein unverdienter Gunther. Eieiei. So, jetzt noch die Zeitung lesen.
Times-Picayune, dated June 22nd, 1993. Disgusted with the state of the Voodoo murder case, Gabriel turns right to his horoscope. The shadow upon you is no longer reversible.
Wonderful.
Irgendwie vermisse ich noch den Brief von Wolfgang. Da sollte doch ein Brief mit dabei sein in dem Paket.
It's a newspaper.
Aber wo ist der?
The letter is addressed to Heinz Ritter.
Das ist ja
The
der
letter
alte.
is addressed
Ah,
to
hier. Alles klar.
Wolfgang's letter says,
Dear Gabriel, please read the enclosed journal carefully. It might help you understand your family's special obligations and our current predicament. God be with you, Uncle Wolfgang.
Okay, ja, dann würde ich sagen, eilen wir jetzt mal zur Universität, weil der Professor hörte sich ja ziemlich verstört an. Hier steht immer noch vorm Fenster.
the man watching the shop.
Ja, der soll mal gehen.
I'll be back later.
See ya.
So, auf zur Uni. Hier.
Hey, Hot Ridge, what's the good word? Hot Ridge? Ah.
Oh,
Oh, God, not again.
noch eine Leiche. Jetzt wird aber zugeschlagen hier. Erst Crash und jetzt Hartridge? Er scheint genauso gestorben zu sein. Er hält sich die Kehle, also ist er wohl auch erstickt.
Something about Hartridge's death mask reminds Gabriel of the way Crash checked out. Not a pretty ending. Something about Dr. Hartridge's desk is remarkably neat, especially considering the rest of the room. On the desk is a sheet of paper with some scribbled notes. It looks recent.
Ja, dann nehmen wir das mal besser mit.
These notes look interesting.
Ja, es sind mittlerweile so viele Zettel. Der stemmende Agris, die Was? Die Volksrepublik Benin. Achso, Dambala Ogunbadagris. Okay. Ja, dann würde ich sagen, erstmal...
Gabriel doesn't.
So. Ich würde mal sagen, auf zum Museum. Weil wir haben jetzt doch sehr viel erfahren und ja, Dr. John scheint mir schon ein ziemlich auffälliger Typ.
Before leaving the university, Gabriel notifies campus security about Hartridge's body.
So. Hier hin.
Why is it so dark, Dr. John? Hello?
Oh oh.
Uh-oh.
Ja, ja, schnell, schnell, schnell.
This is the last pic.
Hier, blende sie.
That would not help to get to Python.
Okay, okay. Nehmen.
That would not.
Drücken.
That would not help. Gabriel is.
I really don't want to be
Oh
dead.
nein.
Can we try that again?
Oh je. Ja, dann nochmal dahin. Warte mal, da war doch noch was. Wir hatten doch dieses Buch über Schlangen gelesen in der Bibliothek, in der Buchhandlung. Wie war das noch?
Hello, beautiful. It's me.
I wish you wouldn't wear that coat outside in June. I could smell you from here.
Das Buch.
Gabriel pulls down a book on snakes.
Snakes are legless reptiles. Some snakes kill their prey with poison, some by constriction. A snake smells by tasting the air with its forked tongue. The smells are passed back to a sense organ in the mouth. Constrictor snakes, however, sense their prey by vibration.
Vibrationen also. Weil das war ja eine Würgeschlange. Ja, ich glaube, ich habe da eine Idee. Ich versuch's nochmal.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
See ya.
Why is it so dark, Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh.
There's no time for that now. It's
Yeah.
an electro.
Ja, benutze ihn.
There's no time for.
Ne? Ja. Dann müsste der Ventilator angehen.
You bastard!
Good day, Mr. Knight.
That thing just tried to kill me.
He did? I am sorry. The museum is closed today, you see, and we were not expecting visitors. But if you will excuse me, Mr. Knight, I must go look for him. He is incredibly valuable.
You don't need to ask twice. I'm out of here. By the way, you might want to lock your door next time you're closed.
Not a bad idea. Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Ja, das wäre überhaupt keine schlechte Idee, ne? Vor allem, wenn du da so eine Schlange rumlaufen hast. Das ist ja mehr als verdächtig. Also tut mir leid, aber Dr. John ist für mich hier der Hauptverdächtige. Ja, erstmal zur Buchhandlung.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Why?
Well, you're kind of a pale green color. Come here.
Ja, mir ist eine Schlange ins Gesicht gesprungen.
Pale green, you say? Charming.
What's that on your face?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Looks like a sparkly or something. Got it.
I love it when you pick stuff off my face, Grace.
Well, excuse me.
Okay. Kann ich mir das angucken?
There's something in the ashtray.
Wieso ist der denn leer? Die hat doch da gerade was reingetan.
The item in the ashtray is too small to pick up by hand.
Ja, könnte es eine Schlangenschuppe sein?
Looks like the python left me a souvenir. Very interesting.
Ich meine, die ganzen, also die jetzt gestorben sind, Crash und Hartridge, die sind ja auch gestorben, weil sie erwürgt wurden. Und das ist eine Würgeschlange und, verdächtig. Und die Schuppen sehen gleich aus. Das heißt, wir haben unseren Verdächtigen.
It's a snake scale from the Voodoo Museum's python.
Ich brauche die Lupe.
This is the... Gabriel magnifies the snake scale from the Voodoo Museum's python. The iridescent scale is brilliantly hued with greens and purples. The iridescent
Ja, das sagt mir, dass das ja die Schlange aus dem, von dem Mordplatz da war.
Gabriel magnifies the scale from the lake. It's hued with purples and greens. It matches the scale from the Voodoo Museum. He places the two scales together.
Gut. Ja, dann würde ich sagen, gehen wir jetzt erstmal zur Polizei, weil die können ja nicht einfach hier den Voodoo-Fall schließen, wenn wir ja eindeutige Beweise und 2 weitere Opfer haben. Also das geht ja wohl nicht.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Da ist auch so einer.
One of the Getty drummers watches the police station.
Ah ja, alle Spione.
Hey, mostly.
It's you, God help me. Knight, I hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were going to say that, son of a bitch.
Das sehe ich aber anders.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Press
Crash is dead.
What? What are you talking about? I let him go yesterday.
Yeah, and I watched him die yesterday at St. Louis Cathedral.
At the cathedral? Guess he was trying to get a last-minute A-train ticket, huh? Poor bastard.
I think you should go find the body at the morgue. He was killed by the voodoo cult. Crash said.
Crash said? Did he mention pink elephants, too?
Aren't you going to investigate?
Civilians. Did you actually see someone kill him?
No. Actually, I was with him when he died. Could have been poison, though.
Yeah, well, when they get the body in, they'll do a quick autopsy. Standard procedure. If it's anything other than an overdose, I'll get a report. But it won't happen. I know these guys. Lock them up overnight, and they tend to overdo it the next day.
Your professionalism is astonishing.
Partridge ist aber auch tot.
There's been another murder. A professor at Tulane.
Oh, Christ, you're not gonna start this again.
Just listen. This guy's name is Hartridge. He was a professor in African studies at Tulane. Yesterday, I went to see him about the Voodoo Murders case. He agreed to do some research for me. He calls me up this morning, tells me he's onto something big. And when I get over there, the guy's dead.
You know, you're really getting your ass in a sling over this thing, Knight.
It's not about me. Look, Hartridge's death looked just like Crash's. I'm telling you, they were both murdered. And by the same people who did the voodoo murders.
Did either Crash or this new guy have their hearts ripped out?
No.
Then there's nothing to link either to the Voodoo Murders MO. Besides that, the case is closed, Knight. If the coroner's report asks for a homicide investigation on either of these guys, fine. But it's not going to be related to the Voodoo Murders case unless we find damn good reason to do so.
But I'm the link to the Voodoo Murders case, don't you see?
Look, if I were you, I wouldn't repeat that to anyone. If I weren't an old friend of yours, I might take you seriously and lock you up. As it is, maybe you should start keeping your mouth shut. Not involve other people with this shit if you think it's so dangerous.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I've got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless. And besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay. You want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove there's a legitimate voodoo cult in New Orleans. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Okay. Also, was haben wir denn alles? Wir haben unter anderem die Schlangenschuppen.
I have these 2 snake scales. One's from the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain. The other's from a snake in the Voodoo Museum on Ursulines and Charters.
Is this common? Do they all look alike?
Not at all. They're both constrictor scales, and the coloring is the same. A python's coloring is quite individualistic.
A python?
That's right. Hardly an indigenous snake to Louisiana. Somehow, some way, the Voodoo Museum's python was at the scene of the Lake Pontchartrain murder.
Well, I'd call that a lead, all right. Certainly suggests certain lines of inquiry at the museum. Not bad work, Knight. Whether or not the museum's involved with a legitimate voodoo cult, though, is another matter. These guys may just be faking it, too.
Was haben wir denn noch? Wir hätten noch hier die Notizen von Hartridge.
Take a look at these notes. They're from Professor Hartridge at Tulane University.
Yeah? And what about them?
They confirm that the pattern from the murders is of African origin.
This is interesting, if true. But how do you know he had the right pattern?
Dann haben wir noch das WW.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So that's what Hartridge used, huh? I guess his analysis is on target, then. Okay, the murders were committed by a legitimate voodoo cult. You proved your point.
Was haben wir denn noch? Warte mal, was war das?
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same M.O. 1810?
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? That they are a threat?
Okay, they're a threat. Okay, I'll reopen the case. I hate to admit it, but you've done some pretty good detective work here tonight.
Well, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, point taken. Glad I could inspire you. I'll check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. In fact, I better lock up this office just in case I step on a few toes. Come on.
Aber schon mal gut, dass wir ihn jetzt überzeugen konnten, dass er den Fall wieder aufnimmt. Nur, dass der Trommler da draußen sitzt und eventuell alles...
low and let me handle this.
Yeah, fine.
Und eventuell alles mitgehört hat, das passt mir gar nicht. Ja, dann können wir hier eigentlich raus? Und dann gehen wir nochmal zur Buchhandlung.
Hey, Grace. Here I am.
I wish you wouldn't wear that coat outside in June. I could smell you from here.
Vielleicht kann ja Grace noch ein paar Nachforschungen anstellen.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
Ja.
Could you research rudder drums for me?
Rhododrum? Sure. I don't think we have any books on that topic in the shop, but I'll contact our suppliers. Assuming any of them will extend you any credit.
Tell them it's an emergency.
Uh-huh. I can see where a rhododrum book would be incredibly urgent. Anything else?
Nö, sonst
I can't
nichts.
think of anything.
Dankeschön.
Okay.
Ja. Ende.
It's time to close shop.
So it is. Have a nice night.
You too. See you tomorrow.
Dang,